Who do Harley think they are? Catch inside.
RevelatorAlf.
Hello, welcome to RevelatorAlf. Hope you're enjoying the channel and the series of videos. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. So, Harley Davidson, who do they think they are? What kind of game are they playing? They seem to have a bit of an identity crisis at times. There's been change at the top. Models have been cancelled. The Bronx has just been cancelled or permanently delayed, whatever term you want to use. The Pan America, this new adventure bike is supposed to be coming out. But look, that's going to be a really hard sell in the adventure game. You watch my other videos when I talked about the Pan America and the design features. You know, I come from an off-road riding world. I come from that adventure bike world as well. And if it doesn't match up on price, and if it doesn't outperform the others, you're going to be very hard to get people to swap over from their off-road bikes or their adventure bikes onto the Harley. Will it convert some Harley riders to that type of bike? Possibly, possibly. But will it be the big success that they're hoping for? I'm not so sure. Any company has to change, they have to evolve. But sometimes you've got to question the direction in which they're going. Clearly, they've been hampered by the change in circumstances, the change at the top, the change in direction from this more roads to rewire, rewind, whatever you want to call it, and a change in taste as well, change in buying demographics. The old Harley Davidson crowd, well, they're possibly not buying so many bikes anymore. The newer Harley Davidson crowd, well, there's so much more choice now. So it depends whether Harley Davidson are a company of the future or whether they're stuck in the past. Personally, I think they've started to go in the right direction. I think they need to address the Taurus, definitely. They need to address the technology on the Taurus. And I'm not just talking about infotainment here. I'm actually talking about ride comfort. I'm talking about ride stability, suspension, chassis, the fundamentals. That's what I'm talking about. Just like they did with the Softail chassis. And I know not everybody likes the new Softails. I grant you. But for me, they are the best thing that Harley have done in a long, long time. That's what attracted me to the brand. That's what attracted me to riding Harley Davidsons, because it's the first Harley that was smoother and more stable, especially in the bends. That's why I got this bike. But all motorcycle manufacturers are suffering right now. But it's whether they can get to the other side and continue to grow. Harley Davidson, and basically under the new leadership, I think they've made the right decision. They've started to channel their efforts into products that work, into markets that are going to be profitable. They've put on hold all the adventurous spirit of this more roads, you know, making Harley Davidson a truly global phenomenon. The brand is there, Harley Davidson. They don't need cheap gimmicks. What they need to do is focus on selling motorcycles and providing products that people want to buy. That's it. The Livewire, whilst it might be technologically exciting for some people, it's never going to be a big seller. Already people are having issues with it. They had charging issues at the start, they halted the release, that was all sorted, but still people are having issues with that. There'll be more news coming out about that, I'm sure, in the coming months. They've stopped the Bronx with the new liquid-cooled engine. They're focusing their efforts on the Pan America. That new low custom bike is still on the cards. But Harley Davidson are stuck between a rock and a hard place. They still have to attend to their existing core customers, but they also have to appeal to the next generation where we're all long gone. And they're not quite hitting the mark. If you're going to compete with other motorcycle manufacturers, then you have to compete on price, on performance, and also styling. The truth is, there are other motorcycle manufacturers out there who are a lot cheaper. Now, we could get into arguments about build quality and all that kind of stuff, and whether it's a product that you really want. But the younger people buying motorcycles, they don't really care about that aspirational value of buying a Harley Davidson, because they can't afford it anyway. They're going to go on price point. So Harley are missing out on that, on the pricing. Then you've got to compare like for like. Whether you want to or not, the new motorcycle rider does compare like for like. They will compare the price of a sports bike to a Harley Davidson. They will compare the price of another tourer to a touring motorcycle from Harley. They will. No matter what you and I say about the differences, no matter what you and I say about the great benefits of a Harley over other motorcycles, you've got to convince the new rider. It's not about convincing the existing riders, it's about convincing the new riders. Now, I'm not for 1 minute saying that the other motorcycle manufacturers are doing a better job. All I'm talking about is Harley Davidson. I think they've got a bit of an identity issue for the next generation. It still might be an aspirational brand, but it isn't the brand that it once was. And maybe because people aren't so easily fooled or easily duped, or just don't care about those same values anymore, those same things. Fashions come and go, styles change. You've got to ask whether Harley are stuck in the dark ages. So what's the answer? What's the answer to Harley Davidson's woes? Well, they need to do what they're good at doing and keep on producing those kind of products that people want to buy, but they need to also look at changing their whole marketing strategy and stop trying to put their logos on Rice Krispie packets or whatever. You know, you see Harley Davidson logos, the branding, on things that are just not associated with motorcycling. Well, I'll tell you what, just get selling motorcycles, produce better bikes, better technology, change your tourer technology, look at pricing, look at your markets, which they're doing, look at the type of bikes that you want to produce and how you're going to compete with others. Now, people disagree with me on this next point, but I've always said that Harley Davidson are missing out on a massive, massive market, and that is small displacement engines for the first generation, the first motorcycles that people may want to buy. It doesn't matter that you want to put yourself as an aspirational brand, a brand for the bad boy biker, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the fact of the matter is that doesn't sell motorcycles anymore. People don't care about that. People want motorcycles that function, that are relatively cheap to run, all that kind of stuff. Then you wait for the old farts to want their bikes, and then they might buy your bikes. But you need to start grabbing people's attention, and you do that with small displacement engines and smaller bikes. They got that one, the 338, what it is, they want to sell in China or India. Is that going to happen? They're just in the prototype on the streets over there. Whether that's ever going to come to market or not, who knows? It won't be sold in Europe and America, but I think that's a mistake. That's where they should be selling it. Harley have to compete with everybody else, other manufacturers, but they also have to compete with the new generation and what they're really into. Let's face it, younger kids these days just may not be into motorcycling as much as we did when we were coming up, when we were growing up. There's so many other distractions now, and that's the thing they have to watch out for. They have to compete with other manufacturers, but they have to compete with other leisure activities. And I don't think they're doing it. Let me know if I'm wrong. Let me know your thoughts. What is wrong with Harley Davidson? What is wrong with their identity right now? Don't forget to subscribe, like and share, and check out the website RevelatorAlf.com. And I'll catch you again. Ta-da.
RevelatorAlf.